The aim of this video is to explain what the common ability Prinny Instructor does and how to make use of it. Now, Prinny Instructor is a common ability of one of the special content, aka DLC characters, Valvatores. And in the NPC to claim special content, you'll see there are two special scenarios for Disgaea 4, the Valvatores episode and the Fuka episode, and Fuka will get mentioned later. But first of all, if you want Valvatores, the set of maps is the Prinny Coat, which is appropriate considering we are trying to get the Prinny Instructor common ability, and if you want Fuka, you want Girl Theatre. Now, once you have Valvatores and you have the ability, which you buy from him from here, you can buy it on him, run him through Character World, and then this will work on any difficulty, and at the end you can turn a common ability he knows into a scroll, and you can use this scroll to teach it to other units. Now, the Prinny Instructor common ability increases the experience, mana, and class proficiency gains of Prinnies that are in the same squad as this unit. So any Prinnies in the same squad as Priya will gain extra boosts so you can raise them faster. And I will demonstrate how this works in a second. So, first of all, I have a Prinny. They're level 1 Prinny, they've got a fairly strong weapon, just help them kill stuff. And right now, that Prinny is in a squad on their own. So let's kill some stuff and see what happens. So right now we have no mana, no total experience, and no class proficiency. Okay, so we've killed one enemy, we have 90 mana, about 92,000 experience, and almost a star in the Prinny class. But let's go back. Okay. Now let's now I showed you before that Overlord Priya has the Prinny Instructor ability on her. Well, let's see what this does. So I quit the map, so I didn't keep any of the experience or anything I got before. Okay, well, we now have 180 mana, 184,000 experience, in fact, nearly 185,000, and fully muscle the star and a tiny bit more on top of it. However, Prinny Instructor stacks. So if I find... So I've also got it on Red Magnus. Oops. So if I put Red Magnus in that squad as well, so again I quit out so I didn't keep any of the experience. So 270 mana, nearly 280,000 experience, well, about 277,000, and that second star felt a little bit more than before. So yeah, you can stack Prinny Instructor. In fact, you can stack it as many times as there are slots in the squad you have the unit in. But however, just only being able to raise Prinnies doesn't sound that useful. However, there are ways around this. So if I go to the Prinny Squad, right now I have this unit in there. So let's do the same again, but with that unit, see what their gains are. They should be about the same as the unboosted Prinny from before. So I have nothing. Attack. 90 mana, 92,000 experience. Okay, well let's move some people into the Prinny Squad. So Overlord Priya and Red Magnus. So this unit is not itself actually a Prinny, but because it's in the Prinny Squad, it counts as a Prinny. Which means, yep, 270 mana and 277,000 experience. So yes, this can be used to raise anyone. However, there are a couple of limitations of that Prinny Squad. First of all, there's one of the downsides of counting as a Prinny through the Prinny Squad. You explode. But the other downside is, as I mentioned before, the Prinny Instructor boosts are limited by how many units you can have in the squad. The Prinny Squad can only... by the way, the Prinny Squad, you unlock it by having a level 10 Prinny. Yeah, Prinny Squad can only hold 10 units, whereas there are some squads that can hold 20. So it would be nice if there was something else we could do. There is. So I'm going to go back into the Dark Assembly squad, put them in there. Lord Priya, Red Magnus, and I'm going to show you a different ability in a second. So I mentioned Fuka earlier. Prinny Hat will be treated like a Prinny, except won't explode when thrown. Same deal as passing Prinny Instructor around. You recruit Fuka, learn the Prinny Hat ability on her via the skill shop, run her through Character World, turn Prinny Hat into a skull at the end. And so... I should still get the boosted experience here. Yep. Also, another thing to demonstrate. If I give the unit themselves Prinny Instructor, £360 mana and nearly 370,000 experience. So yes, Prinny Instructors can boost themselves if they count as Prinnies. However, units with a Prinny Instructor, as we've seen, don't need to be Prinnies. They only need to be Prinnies if they are themselves trying to benefit. But yes, if you were to use Prinny Hat to count as a Prinny, you could spread Prinny Instructors to a whole load of units and fill something like, say, the Foot Soldier squad that can hold 20 units. This allows for some absolutely massive boosts to experience mana and, most notably, class proficiency. Because there are a number of ways of boosting experience gains, class proficiency is actually quite hard to boost. So yes, I think that covers everything you need to know about Prinny Instructor. So I hope this has been informative.